What's happening, Rich?
Evening, sir. How are you?
Good, you?
Oh, not too awful bad. Busy, been a
Well,
busy week, but hey, such is my life. How it's been for the last 22 years, 25 years.
hmm, gotcha.
So, yeah, got a chance to watch a little Pirate baseball today.
Did you? I don't know what you got to see today, but it didn't look like they amounted to too much.
Oh, they looked great until they took Keller out.
Yeah, we're back to those
Lawrence was absolutely Lawrence was absolutely trash.
trash.
Absolutely 100% trash.
Yeah,
Um,
tell them,
you
because
know,
you got to watch it. I didn't, obviously. I tried to
well,
listen, but I was in at work, so I was in and out of the game all day.
Yeah, I mean, you and I have talked about this a few different times. The biggest gaping hole in this team is their bullpen. I think that's very safe to say. Um, Rotation is fine. Uh, Batting order is fine. Fielding is fine, contrary to a lot of people's belief. Um, Mitch Keller goes 6 innings, gives up 3 hits, strikes out 4. Lawrence comes in 1 inning, gives up 4 runs on 3 hits, um, a 2-run shot, and then a double to drive in the 4 runs. And then Urquidy comes in and gives up another 4 runs in 2 innings. Um, the really bad, we've talked, I don't know if it was on this show or if it was on Open Mic, that we've mentioned the name of Ramon Laureano,
Probably
who
open
is a
mic.
fantastic defensive outfielder. Plays left field for San Diego right now. He robbed the Pirates twice in the late innings. Connor Griffin hit an absolute bullet down the left field line that Laureano made a diving catch on that saved 2 runs. And then the next inning, O'Hearn hits one straight down the left field line, and Laureano makes a sliding catch on that one that saved 2 runs. The Pirates would have had 4 more runs there, and heaven only knows what they would have gotten after that. But Laureano makes a couple of tremendous plays to save it for San Diego. Um, San Diego's a good ball club. People act like these guys are the White Sox. I mean, it's not like they lost 2 out of 3 to the Mighty Sisters of the Poor.
Yeah, I want to know what
They lost
website.
two.
I want to know what website you're on, reading all these great comments.
Oh, it's the Pirates fan Facebook page. There's people absolutely ready to jump off of buildings, and I'm like, guys, you know, they got to beat these
I'm
teams.
apparently I
I wish I could remember who it was because I would give him a little bit of dap on the show.
apparently I missed
But
all these great comments.
he answered the post and he said, "Hello, idiot. They're gonna lose 60 games. They're gonna win 60 games. It's the other 40 that tells you what happens to the team. This happens to be one of those 60 that they lost." I mean, it wasn't like it was a game that they gave away. Um, it was just a case where Keller pitched great. I mean, I really didn't understand why Kelly pulled him, because I think I got to double check. He had only thrown 75 pitches in 6 innings. Um, I don't understand why he didn't at least start the seventh, but be that as it was. But the Buccos are still over 500, 7-5, third place in the National League Central. Very tough National League Central currently with Cincinnati on the top, um, who are playing extremely well at the moment, and it's gonna be they're gonna be fine. They made 3 errors today. That's part of what killed them. But either way, any way you look at it, you've got to be able to. The bullpen has got to make plays, and they didn't today. They just bullpen was horrible. On the good side, what we've been waiting on happening finally is official that Connor Griffin signed his 9-year extension for $140 million, which ensures he'll be in Pittsburgh through 2034. So now the next thing they need to do is put a 10-year, $400 million deal in front of number 30 and get him to sign that. And there's your foundation for the team for the next 8 years.
Yeah, I was trying to find some of these comments. I don't see anything.
Oh, like I say, I wish I could. I don't want to waste our listeners' time. But these are. Let's see. Next time I'm going to have to like snapshot some of these or something. I honestly thought I had just found that. I was like, son of a gun. Yeah, and by the way, can we get into one other thing too? Oh, here it is. Okay, this is the exact post. I found it. If the Pirates want to be a playoff team, they need to start beating the Padres, Brewers, and Cubs. I'm tired of them continuously being these teams' bitches, especially home series. I'm not going to get fooled by another fast start to the season. The Pirates want to be a playoff team. They need to start being competitive versus these teams, especially the Brewers and the Cubs. That's the difference between 71 and 76 win team and a playoff team. No effort at all on Monday or today. All these games count. Guys ready to jump off a roof. It's like, come on, dude. And the post that I was talking about, they'll lose at least 60 games this season. You will drive yourself nuts if you continue your thinking. It doesn't matter who they win or lose to. They're on pace, and yes, it's very early to win 94 games. With that should come the playoffs. Relax. Let them play. It's a very long season.
Yeah, this is an interesting topic over there on the right. I don't know if you saw it. Apparently Mike Vrabel was seen with Diana Russiani in a hot tub, and they're both married.
From what I gather, Rossini's going through a divorce, from what I gather.
I didn't know that, but I just, I just found it to be interesting because I was like, why would they put the risk of being caught?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it is interesting.
I was just curious. I mean, who is Christian Travion? I forget.
Yeah, I'm not real sure who Christian Travion is.
Can you please explain on Twitch? Gazdar? I don't know. I don't even know how to pronounce that one, Rich. Gazdar? Forever?
So I'm not even going to try.
Oh, man. Anyway,
the only thing I'm finding when I Google that is Travion Henderson popping up. But anyway,
that was nice seeing the teammates come in full support of that contract today. I don't know if you got to see that video.
I did. Led by number 30. It is good. The team, and I think that's where some of these guys, like an O'Hearn, like a Lau, even like Ozuna, and of course like Reynolds, are really going to help with the growth of this team because they're going to help Connor Griffin. They're going to boost him up. When he screws up, they're going to, when he makes mistakes, they're going to help him.
They're going to mentor him.
He's got to learn.
They're going to mentor him.
Exactly. And that's good. That's a good thing to have.
Absolutely.
Kind of makes me wish that McCutchen was still there, but he's doing a fine job in Texas. Thank you very much.
I think, I don't think he needed a change of scenery, but I don't think his playing time would have been really great here like it is in Texas.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the same situation. It's just that I don't know that
Ozuna always takes a while to get warmed up, and that's the problem. He's never he's never been flashy out the gate.
No, it's really surprised me with the way he came out of the gate in Texas.
I've had him on my fantasy team for the last 4 years, it feels like, and he doesn't he's one of the people to get warm in May, like after April.
Yeah, but I mean, he went nuts the first week of the season.
Then he died down. Then he woke back up, right?
Well, he hasn't played much, but I gotta look. But if memory serves, excuse me just a second here while
You're good. You're good. I don't think anyone complains when you're looking at stats. I know I don't. I can see what you're doing. Vrabel was asked last week about a player, so using his Christian.
Oh, that was Travion Henderson. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, Kutch is hitting 333. He has a homer, 4 RBI, a walk, 2 doubles, 6 hits. He scored 3 runs in 8 games. I mean, and you have to really look at the fact that, I mean, that's a valuable bat to have coming off your bench as a pinch hitter too. You know what I mean? You bring a lefty out of the pen, and you bring McCutchen out there. Okay, that's not bringing some guy that barely made it out of AAA. So, yeah. To answer the original question, no, I don't. I don't think they're going to be firing Vrabel. I really don't see that happening.
I don't know why everyone's getting all balls in a panty over Jaden Ivey's comments. We live in a country where you have freedom of speech.
Well, that's this PC butthurt society that we live in. That you have to walk on eggshells in order to when anytime you say something. You're right. You have freedom of speech. Yes, you can't yell fire in a crowded theater. I get that. But
it's been like 2 weeks. Well, I don't even remember what Jordan Ivey said. Something about Christians. The male female thing, is that what it was? I don't really recall everything that he said. I didn't really look into it because I was like, all right, he stood up for himself. He spoke freedom of speech, and then the NBA kicks him out.
Yeah.
I thought
Well,
that was kind of bogus, but I
it
don't know.
was he had the Bulls released him. It wasn't a matter of the NBA. It was the Bulls that cut him. And what they ended up doing was and actually let me pull this up.
This is, as you see in the comment and the topics I read, Pittsburgh talk, and we may go wherever the road leads. that was the headliner.
I thought this was what it was. His big problem was the NBA doing Pride nights.
I feel if you
That's
don't
what
want to
Jaden Ivey's
participate
problem
in
was.
it, you still play your game. I don't know why you have to be participating in something you really don't want to participate in.
Well, the team is participating, so you're through, it's the guilt by association type thing. That's just like there are 31 NFL teams that do Pride night.
I'm calling in sick. I'm not wearing, I don't know.
Yeah, but you know the only team that doesn't?
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Exactly. They don't, the Rooneys are not going to succumb to pressure, and that kind of thing. That's just not going to, you're not going to see a Pride night in Pittsburgh for the Steelers. I don't think you're going to see one for the Pirates either.
I believe there is one though.
No, but again, whether there is or there isn't, it ultimately is the right of the team. It's the right of the league. The league is not, I know in the NFL, the league is not forcing the teams to participate. I don't think they are in Major League Baseball either. The NBA is, which I think is part of where Ivey's problem is that, they have no choice. They have to participate. That's where I can understand his point. I can certainly understand his point.
Thursday, June 11th against the Dodgers is Pride Night.
No.
With the Zambelli fireworks to follow.
Okay.
I would just let you know that's Pirates Pride Night Day.
Well, and I I'll hold my opinion to myself.
I was just telling you, I didn't say one word. I just said when it was.
Oh no, I understand. We're just stating facts here. That's what I'm saying. Ivey's problem was the fact that the league was forcing these guys to participate and the teams to participate. And then the teams were forcing the players to participate. I don't think that's a good way to do things. It should be left, like you said earlier, it should be left to the individual.
Right.
If you want to play along, play along. Go right ahead, pitch till you win. But if you don't, go right ahead, pitch till you win. Right. So, I kind of think that was. Did he go about it the right way? Probably not.
There is no right way to go about things anymore these days.
Exactly.
It's kind of pathetic.
And that's, in a lot of cases, I'm a firm believer. Go big or go home is my thing. That's what my show was called on CBS Sports Radio in Central Texas. That's always been my outlook on the way that I want people to talk their opinions, with two exceptions. Because if you start going really off the rails about these two topics, then you start getting into all kind of an uproar. Religion and politics. You can't have a reasonable discussion. So without somebody getting fired up about it on either topic, which is why I don't, You know, don't get into the opinion end of it. Something like this, stating facts, okay, but forming opinions or spinning some rhetoric or something like that, I'm not your guy. Sorry. Um, so there's that. Um, but we were talking about the Pirates game earlier today, and I wasn't that disappointed, despite the fact that they lost 8-2. They lose 2 out of 3 to San Diego, who, let's be honest, at this point is a better baseball team than the Pirates. But we are 12 games into this season. And I'm not overly disappointed in any particular part of this team except the bullpen. I like what the rotation is doing. Mudzinski, I mean, okay. He's doing his job. He's surprising me. I'm happy with it. I'm good. Ashcraft is fine. Chandler still got to work on those walks, but he's fine. Keller and Skeens are Keller and Skeens. They are what they are. Jones, from last report that I heard, we're talking last of May, 1st of June for Jones to be back. And you and I both know, Adam, that him coming back, he's not going to come back and throw 100 pitches right out of the box.
He's I saw today late May.
Late May? Yeah, late May, early June. Yeah.
That's what I was reading.
But, he's not going to come back and throw 90 pitches. He may have like a 50 or 60 pitch count at the beginning and, work himself from that to 70 and then to 80, that kind of thing, just to get his legs back under him. And it may be August before we have him at pretty much full strength. But I'll take it for the pennant run.
You love Jared Jones. I'm not completely sold yet.
The one question I have, and I'm curious about what everybody thinks about this.
I know you're a big fan, but I got to see over 500.
Oh, from the team?
No, the record of Jared Jones.
Well, yeah. But my question is this, and is this a concern and something that could probably need to be addressed at the trade deadline? Do the names Skeens, Jones, Chandler, Keller, Ashcraft mean anything to you?
The only one
you notice really, something similar about all of them?
The only one that puts fear in this whole conversation is Paul Skeens.
They're all right-handed. You don't have a lefty starter in the bunch.
There's not a lot of left-handers out there.
I get that, but there's not a lefty out there. So you can have a series where, a team can load up their left-handed hitters, create matchup issues, that kind of thing. Do you think that's something that could be an issue as you get into a pennant run, or is that something that might be addressed at the trade deadline?
I mean,
what do you think? I mean, because the bullpen's not exactly loaded with lefties either.
Another silence, I know. Yeah, I mean, what do you...
The only 3 lefties on the whole staff are Barco, Montgomery, and Soto.
And we know those are not starters.
No, but I'll tell you what, Soto may end up.
You never even hear left-handers even on the trade block because they're so hard to come by.
Right. I'll tell you what, Soto may end up being the closer on this team.
Think of how many dominant left-handed pitchers there were in the game.
Right now?
All time, compared to righties.
Oh yeah, I mean no question.
I mean, the only one that comes to my mind is Randy Johnson.
Oh no. I mean, there's one right now. Plays in Detroit.
Yeah, I guess. I
Greg
don't know.
Scooble's pretty damn dominant.
I know, but I'm a Guardians fan, so that's hard for me to. That's hard for me to
Oh, the
be a
facts are the
fan.
facts.
And down the stretch when they really needed the wins, Rich, you got to remember Scuba didn't get those wins against the Guardians down the stretch last year. He lost two. He lost two both of his games against them in clutch
He
moments.
did.
So like right there, like I know Jeremy would be ready to punch me through the screen, but I mean, like I know he's a dominant pitcher, but right there, it's like my team beat you two times in a row when you guys really needed wins.
Well,
So that kind of
and
throws me off a little bit, and I mean, I feel I have a legit argument over it, but
but I mean, you had guys like Tom Glavine.
excellent,
Uh,
dominant.
but you know the crazy part? Greg Maddux, for as great as he was, wasn't that great in postseason. He really wasn't. Now, when it came to the other guy, Glavine and Smoltz, lockdown,
I would,
doors
I
shut, no
that Smoltz
question.
Morris matchup in Minnesota in Game 7, and they both went extra innings back when pitchers were allowed to pitch.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh! I mean, people don't even talk about that matchup, but that was probably one of the best games 7. If you're into the pitching thing, which it wasn't even like it was big then, but the hitters were so much bigger then because you had McGuire, you had Canseco, you had Albert Bell, you had some monsters. I mean,
Yeah.
and then you see that Game 7 matchup, Rich, and it just blows you away how no one talks about that unless you like really sit down and watch it and go, wow. It's kind of like these kids just getting caught up on Michael Jordan nowadays.
Hmm.
Like, you mean
That
he
was the
did all
best.
this?
Yeah. No, that was the best World Series game I had seen until this year, until this past season.
I'm just talking about a single
That's what I'm
game.
saying. One game. Yeah. That's the
The
best World
dominant
Series
pitching.
game I had seen. Huh?
Now last year's World Series, that was a hit. That was a hit fest. That was fun.
Yeah, but that 18 inning game, man, I mean,
I
that
fell
was
asleep,
played
Rich. I fell
so
asleep.
freaking well.
I fell asleep with
Huh?
bases loaded in the top of the 13th, I think, when they got out of it, and I woke up and I was like,
Oh, I know.
"Wait, what happened?" I saw 18 innings.
Oh,
I went, "They got out of that."
yeah, I gave you a sufficient amount of crap the next day about that.
Well, I fell
But
asleep. There's nothing I could do about it. I was just so tired.
no, I'm with you. My wife and I we were in bed. We were ready to go sleep. We were like, okay, game's gonna end. We'll go sleep. Next thing you know, it's 2 in the morning,
Right, you had an extra
and we're
hour on
still
me though.
watching the game.
You have an extra hour on me because of where you are.
Okay?
So that 12,
But that game was just played so well. It was managed so well. Awesome game. It didn't matter, and I didn't have a dog in the hunt, but as a baseball fan, best World Series game I've seen since that 91 Game 7. No questions asked.
that whole series was
Um,
fun to watch.
right. But you were talking about lefties, because we were talking about the lefties in that. What
John
about,
Smiley,
well, one of them we saw in last year's World Series, by the way.
not John Smiley.
How about Clayton Kershaw?
Right. Right. He was one of the best, correct.
Right. Steve Carlton. Um, you know, uh,
I was just saying the
you got to
righties
go.
outdo the lefties. I mean,
Oh, there's no doubt. I mean, for every Hall of Fame lefty, Sabathia, Warren Spahn, there's 20 righties that you can make the same statement about. Um, but even it doesn't have to be Tarek Skubal. If they were able to get a decent lefty starter to get in there, kind of like when they had Jose Quintana, somebody like that. I'm just curious if that makes a difference, if anybody thinks that makes a difference when with no lefty in the starting rotation. I'm just curious. But I do like the way that the stats are going with this team. You know, when we're looking at players, the way that they're hitting right now, and by the way, among qualifiers, guess who the top batting average is on this team? Actually, I'll ask you for the top three.
Wasn't it Jake Mangum?
No, he doesn't qualify. He doesn't have enough at bats.
Low? Low?
He's fifth.
I mean,
he's hitting 220.
I think I know Cruz.
Ryan O'Hearn is currently hitting 350. 3 homers, 11 RBI. Nick Gonzalez is hitting 293. No homers, 7 RBI. O'Neal Cruz hitting 292.
290. It dropped then. He was batting 333 the other day.
Yeah, he's had a couple of rough games.
Today, Connor Griffin doesn't get robbed today on that hit you were telling me about. He would have been 3 for 4 today, and he would have been up over. He would have been right at 200 then, instead of being at 167. So I mean, he's coming up. I mean, last week when we did a show, he was at what, 111. So he's coming up. I mean, give him a minute. I'm still not going to put him down. I mean,
remember what I said. It wasn't me that was going to run him down. I'm looking at when you got Pirates fans like that idiot that's on the page, and Griffin comes out of the chute hitting $167 in what 5-6 games.
Marty,
and he's hitting $167.
Marty, we're good. We're good. We got him.
Yeah,
we don't have them yet, but we don't have them yet. But they're not at your house yet.
Yeah. But no, it wasn't me that was going to have the. I've mentioned the name Ken Griffey Jr. with this since he was first getting talked about coming up. Griffey's rookie year, he hit 264. He started out at the end of April, he was hitting $171. It happens. I'm okay with being patient. You're okay with being patient. It's these other goofballs out there that are expecting him to come up and hit 400 right out of the chute and hit 50 home runs this season and drive in 130. It ain't going to happen. I'm going to tell you that right now.
That'd be awesome if it did.
Yeah, but you and I both know the odds of that happening.
Slim
lottery 3 times in the same night. It ain't happening.
Right.
And I'm a Cruz guy. I've been a Cruz defender the whole time.
I'm not a Cruz outfielder defender, but I like his bat.
If you caught open mic, my hot take for the season was that Cruz was going to go 40-40. He's coming close. He's on path on the 140. The other 40, not so much.
No, but he seems to just hit bombs or nothing.
Well, he's got 1 stolen base.
We're getting there. We're getting there, Rich. We're getting there.
Well, but the other part of it too, the team doesn't have a lot of. Well, they have 3 stolen bases as a team. Cruz, Gonzalez, and Mangum have 3 stolen bases.
We're not. We're not a running team. We're not a running team.
No, we're not. I would not be the least bit surprised if, when we look at the end of the season, the top 2 in stolen bases are Cruz and Griffin. Because Griffin can steal bases. Yeah, I think when it's said and done, Griffin could be a consistent 30-30 guy. Just not this year. Don't expect that out of him this year, people. And I'm not saying you, Adam. People in general. You people listening. Our lovely listeners. Don't rush the kid.
I rushed him here, Rich.
I didn't like it, remember?
I know, but I did.
I wanted to give him a couple more weeks.
Now we got the extension. Now we're ready to go. He got what he wanted. I mean, he wanted 8 for 30, but he got 9 for 140, which I guess
Well,
that's a lot of
but
money for a
again,
19-year-old.
if he's hitting $160 at the end of the month, I don't want to hear all these Pirate fans losing their minds. Send him back to AAA. No, you should have never brought him up in the first place.
I don't think he will. I don't think he will. I think he's going to get it up. I think he's going to get that batting average up over 200.
The good part is I haven't seen him hit that many bad balls.
That's what I mean. I mean, it only takes time before you start just finding your groove.
Yeah, he's hitting the ball solid. He hit the ball solid twice today. The one, like I say, if 90% of the left fielders in baseball are playing left field, I think the only guys that make that play are Wyatt Langford and Laureano. I think that's the only two that make that play in left field. It was a great play. Okay, it happens. He'll get one at some point in the season that he'll hit a ball 300 feet in the air that falls between the second baseman, shortstop, and center fielder. Okay.
He might hit a bunt too.
Yeah, the swinging bunt that rolls down the third base line and dies. Right. Stuff like that. So it'll even itself out over the course of the season. But
like I said, if he, that ball drops in there, he's batting 200 on the year.
Yeah, it's early enough in the season that the numbers fluctuate greatly quickly.
Right.
When we get to June, July, you got to do a little more to make those numbers.
Now move. I know we go to the windy combines of Wrigley Field next, so this should be an interesting event. Looks like the weather. Yeah, we do. Looks like the weather's warming up too. So
yeah,
you got to remember.
I'll tell you what, though, man.
It was windy here today, but it was nice.
I hope the wind in Chicago is not like it was the other day. Holy cow! I was watching the Cubs. Who were they playing? The Dodgers, and the wind was like 18 mile an hour blowing in, gusting to 25. It's like right, and they have a metric now.
Pop-ups were nice.
Yeah, but they have a metric now that shows how much the wind affects the batted ball as far as distance. And it was showing like, a shot to right field, a line drive hit at 100-mile-an-hour exit velo. Hit to right field that day was going to go 29 feet shorter than what it would if there was nothing. 29 feet at 100 velo. That means you'd have to probably hit it 120 velo to get it out of the ballpark. So, but if the Cubs can, if the Pirates can take 2 out of 3 this weekend, okay. I think it's a 3-game, isn't it? Or is it a 4-game? No, it's 3-game.
Yeah, tomorrow's off day.
Yeah, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then they're home for the Nats and the Rays. I mean, the Nats, they should take 3 out of 4. Let's be perfectly honest. If they don't take 3 out of 4 from Washington, that's a disappointing series.
Washington always gives us trouble.
Well, but this Washington team particularly is not good.
I don't know.
So yeah, I mean,
yesterday. So.
Remember when we first started this, I said I wanted to see us be 500 or better for April.
Sorry, they fell.
We're on pace. We're a little bit ahead. This Cubs series, I think it's going to be 2-1 either way. I don't think either team sweeps the other one. And then Washington.
I bet you it goes 2-2. I bet you it goes 2-2.
I don't. I think it ends up 3-1. And if the Pirates really put their bats together, they could sweep the series.
They should sweep the series.
Then you get Tampa in town. That's a little different discussion. I mean, unless they just get ice cold with the stick, Yandy Diaz is not going to cover off the ball. Junior Camanero's hitting the ball very well. Tampa can hit it. Their pitching ain't bad either, but they can hit. And then, of course, the Rangers come in, or they come to Texas the week after that. That'll be the only series all season I pull against the Rangers when they're playing. So, but I'm glad to see that the Pirates are doing what they're doing so far. Even though they lost this series, 12 games into the season, I'm very happy with it. So. I did see something. Oh, by the way, we were talking about this yesterday with your fantasy baseball team that you picked up Reynaldo Lopez from the Braves. And about 20 minutes after we went off the air, I'm watching the Braves and the Angels
still went 5 innings, so I was excited about that.
I understand that, but then he buzzes Jorge Soler, and
I didn't
Soler
even buzz him. That's the worst part about it.
Oh, he buzzed the bell tower. Come on now.
It wasn't even close. It was like right on the corner of the plate and high.
But the big thing is
the way he holds his bat, he holds his arms out like Rafael Palmeiro.
Well, but also Soler hits like 690 against this guy for his career. He owns Reynaldo Lopez.
Even close.
And Lopez, they start squawking at each other, start the fight. Lopez has the baseball in one hand and his glove on the other one, which I thought was humorous. I really did. But both guys get a 7-game suspension, which I can promise you they're both going to appeal, and it's going to be 5.
It's a bunch of bullshit. I'm telling you, that pitch wasn't even close to Soler.
No, I mean, but
Soler went after him. I don't understand why Lopez is getting suspended 7 games for defending himself. What's he supposed to do? Take a fucking hit? I don't understand. Like, are you not supposed to defend yourself? And
well, but in MLB's eyes, he started it.
But it wasn't even close
because he threw the pitch.
It wasn't even close.
It's just like if you throw. Yeah, but it's just like when you throw a ball 2 feet behind somebody. Like you were nowhere near hitting them, but they're sure as heck coming out to the mound and having a talk with you.
Fastball. It's like an 0-2 fastball. What do you do with an 0-2 count? You throw it high and tight.
No,
ball wasn't even close to him.
I'm not saying it was. He didn't. I mean, they didn't run it under his chin.
Out there, acting like he got fucking hit. When you said he got tossed, I was like, "Oh, that means he hit him." Didn't even hit him. Wasn't even close. I was like, "What?"
Yeah, no. I mean, it was just and it was kind of crazy because it was in between pitches and that kind of deal, and nobody was really. Jonah Heim was catching for the Braves, and former Ranger, and he's back there and he's like adjusting his earpiece and stuff like. Next thing you see Soler take off, and Jonah Heim's taking right off behind him. He didn't even, a lot of times the catcher will like get in between if he can feel something's about to happen and that kind of stuff. The catcher's look, man,
Soler should get like a 14-game suspension.
I don't know.
It wasn't even close to him. I can see if he threw it behind his back, threw it at him at the rib cage. He threw it over the corner of the inside plate, and the dude acted like it hit him. I felt like I was watching LeBron James, Rich. Flop a drop.
Well, I don't know. I'm not super sure about that one, but the one thing that I can tell you is that it was kind of funny, to be honest, to watch. And yeah, it is official. They're both appealing the suspension. Lopez has already negotiated his down to 5 games. So there you go. What'd I tell you he was getting suspended for?
I understand he hit him in his first at bat apparently.
A month could get you. A brand new high efficiency
he hit him in his first at bat.
Third on a 2-2 pitch. Lopez hits
Soler. Yeah. Oh well, he's hit him like 3 or 4 times before in his career. That was the other part of it. He had tanked him 3 or 4 other times in his career.
That was the first one he got hit.
Didn't make him. Huh?
All right, he hit him the first time.
Yeah.
And that was right in the wrist, which just looked like a fastball that got out of control. Sorry, I wanted to see why I went. And then the second one just looked like it was over the corner of the plate, high and tight.
No, you're good. Because I'm trying to do this. See if I can do this.
Rebound behind him, a quick throw, and he was trying to tag Shonwell. Always in the back foot and leg area.
Dude, he almost threw him out on that.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if I can actually pull this thing up for you to look at. And it's not going.
Crazy.
So everybody can see what we're talking about. But yeah, I mean it was crazy.
Hello,
Sir?
Marizzo 7. I'm just going to go that one. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Juhan. Geronimo. I don't know how to pronounce that one.
No, that's not what I wanted to do. Still trying to figure this whole sharing thing on StreamYard. Because it's only letting me copy the link, not the actual video itself. Here we go.
Rich, I would not be excited. I would not be excited if this team drafted Carson Beck in the 3rd or 4th round in this draft.
No.
They're talking about it. He's been here apparently. Apparently McCarthy has his eye. Apparently McCarthy has his eye on him.
All right, hey everybody, it's your guy Rich Richardson from Jetstream Media.
Go ahead, Rich. Play your advertisement. Play your advertisement.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, that's not what was supposed to play, though. That's not what was supposed to. That's not what I saved. Let's put it that way.
I wouldn't mind getting AJ Housley like in the 2nd or 3rd round either. I really think we're going wide receiver in this 1st round, though.
I would think so. The one thing I'm wondering, the Steelers have 3 3s. Could there be a possibility that we could package those to get another 2?
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. Linemen are going to go big in this second round. I think linemen are going to go for the majority of the second round.
Well, and a D lineman is what I'm thinking in the second round for the Steelers. I could certainly see, and if they could get that second pick, another pick in the second round, then they could conceivably go D line and then defensive back and go from there. You know,
you don't think they throw everything out to try and get Caleb Downs, do you? Out of Ohio State, you don't think they try and package anything to get him because he's going to be a top 10.
Yeah, I don't see Downs making it out of the top 10. I mean, that's your number one receiver probably in the draft.
No, he's quarterback or what? Or defensive back.
Defensive back. I'm sorry, he's your number one defensive back in the draft. Man, I don't think so. The one that I'm kind of curious about, and I mean, to be honest with you, I think the top three, unless there's a trade, are set. It's going to be Mendoza, and then Arvell Reese going to the Jets, and then David Bailey to the Cardinals. I think that's set.
I think
from there on,
I think the Jets are going to wide receiver. I'm hearing they really like Tate.
I've heard that too, but man, they've got to play some defense, man. They've got to play some defense.
Well, they made some moves for defense. I know they made some big trades, but I mean, might the Jets be that one team that falls back for another first round pick?
I mean, possible. Could they be a team that would take the two Cowboys picks so that the Cowboys could take Reese? Possible. I wouldn't bank on it, but is it possible? Yeah. I mean, the Jets already
Cowboys have what, the 8th and 10th, 8th?
Cowboys have 12 and 20.
I think that's a little too far. I think that's a little too. I think that's a little too far if they're going after Tate. I think that's too big of a drop. The 12th. I don't think Tate's going to make it the 12th if they trade it out.
Well,
because you'd have to figure New Orleans would want him.
Well, see, I'm seeing the Giants taking Tate.
That's what I mean. There's other teams. There's other teams that need. I mean, could you see
from what?
Could you see
the last one I saw that
Neighbors, Tate, and Austin,
right?
Mixed with Rondell Robinson.
Yeah, that could be Rondell Robinson signed with Tennessee, didn't he?
Oh, maybe.
But the thing I'm looking at is I saw that. Now, granted, this was done with no trades, and I think that there's going to be at least one team in the top 5 that trades. So take this into consideration. But the top 5 I see going Mendoza, Reese, Bailey, Jeremiah Love to Tennessee, and then Tate to the Giants. I just don't think Tennessee is happy with the running game they have. They want to get help for Cam Ward. They've added a couple of receivers, but and Jeremiah Love is one of those guys that could he be a Derrick Henry starter kit? It's a distinct possibility, man.
I like Jeremiah.
Very distinct possibility.
I know, obviously, we believe he's going to be the best back in this draft, right?
Best running back? Absolutely.
He's one of the only running backs in this draft, if you ask me.
Pretty much, yeah. I definitely think that Caleb Downs is the best safety in the draft.
Might we see the Jets take Caleb Love with all the Breece Hall injuries?
No. The Jets just have too many other holes. I have a hard time believing that they don't go defensive end, pass rush. I just do, especially if they stay at 2. Now, if they drop, that completely changes things.
I just hear Tate. I just hear them really taking Tate. I just do. I mean, after everything I've looked
but I
at,
can't see taking Tate at 2.
But I mean, they feel they need another receiver to go opposite.
So, I mean, I've got Garrett Wilson.
Right, and who else? Mason Taylor.
Yeah.
Tight end.
I mean, do they? Man, I can't see the 2 New York teams making a deal.
Maybe.
Because, see, the one guy that's kind of out in the wind on this is Francis Mauigoa. And I'm probably butchering his name, but the tackle from Miami. Because you've got him, you got Spencer Fano from Utah, and you've got Vega Ione, that are the 3 top offensive linemen. Now, from everything I'm seeing, Ione is going to Baltimore if Baltimore has anything to say about it. With losing Tyler Linderbaum, he can definitely take that spot over, and there you go. If he lasts till 15. Or 14, I'm sorry. Baltimore's 14. When you look at the receivers after Tate, though, for my eyes, it comes down to Jordan Tyson, Casey Concepcion, or
Denzel.
Omar Cooper.
Not Denzel Boston?
No. Not that high.
Denzel Boston, he's 6'4". No. He's huge.
I understand. I do understand, but no. I have a funny feeling he's going to be a second round guy. I would rather take a Jordan Tyson at 6'2" than anybody else. I just don't know that he makes it. Because, see, if the Jets do trade back, that could be the guy that they snag before the Steelers get their pick at 21. I see a lot. Most of the mock drafts I see have the Steelers taking a DB in the first round. I wish Adam Thielen was 5 years younger. He's a legit number 2. He's just old.
Right.
You've got Michael Pittman. You've got Adam Thielen. You've got DK Metcalf. Do you see a world where they don't go receiver at 1?
Not with Mike McCarthy being there. I just don't. I just see wide receiver written all over it.
See, I'm the same way. If they don't, I think they go defensive back. But I'm with you. I can't see them not going receiver at 1 unless their guys just have been already taken.
I mean, we just signed another defensive back. We signed Dean. So we have Dean and Porter on the outside, and I guess they're going to move Ramsey to safety like Rod Woodson because he's getting old. Right. And they can't let all that money just sit on the bench.
Sure.
But
I think Ramsey would do a great job of converting from corner to safety. Plus, it helps with the pass coverage. Because you put Ramsey on a tight end, as good as some of these tight ends are, if he's covering a Brock Bowers or a Trey McBride or somebody like, or
he should be able to keep up with him.
Mark Andrews,
he should be able to keep up with them, but he is 31, and these guys are a lot younger.
Well, that's true, but they're tight ends for a reason.
Right, but I mean,
They're not fast enough to be receivers.
You just brought up some fast tight ends that give people trouble.
Well, that's true, but what I'm saying is they're not fast enough to be receivers. They're just slow enough to not be a receiver. They're just that little bit, which is just that little bit that Ramsey has lost. But I really think for me, priorities in this draft are going to be this is strictly me. Defensive back 1, receiver 2, defensive line 3. Would I love to see them get my boy out of Tech, the linebacker, Jacob Rodriguez? Yes. Will it happen? No. He'll be gone before the Steelers' second pick.
Yeah,
I'm seeing mock drafts where he goes in the
ran
first.
a 4.540.
Okay.
But
and you got wide receivers running 4.2.
Right. So, I mean,
just that little bit.
Right.
I'm not saying that they're slow by any stretch. Am I saying they're slow? But they're just a smidge slower than the wide receivers. But yeah, I mean, I'm really, yeah. What I would really love to see the Steelers do, and it's going to take a lot of moving parts to do it. It really would be. I would love to see them put those third round picks and their second together to get a second first round pick. 3 3s and a 2 for a 1. Now, granted, they would have the 2 1s and nothing else until the 4th round.
At home drafting.
That just means all the people that have day 2 tickets are SOL. Because the Steelers won't have a pick day 2. But you see what I mean? How important it could be to get that second number
it's
1.
It's not like we're at the top. It's not like we're like the Browns or the Jets where it's a 32, 33, 34. No, you got to wait till the 50s to get that next pick. That's a long time without a first pick. It's not like it's around the corner. So I think teams might be hesitant on that with this draft class really not that deep.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. If they took those 3 3s,
unless you're trading them to a stacked team that can afford it, to do that. But this draft is not that deep, in my opinion.
At some positions, at other positions, it's very deep. I think it's really deep at D line. I think it's really deep at O line.
We have 12 picks this year. I get it.
And I think it's really deep at defensive back. But yeah, the Steelers' second pick is at 53. And then they have 76, 85, and 99. So, and then they have 121 in the 4th round and 135 in the 4th round. So they have 2 4s, 3 3s, and a 2. I'll tell you what, I still say I would love to be able to take those 3 3s and a 2 and go to somebody like, Kansas City at 29 or Chicago at 25 and say, hey, we'll give you those 4 picks for this one. And then try and put those 2 together to move into the top 15. To trade with somebody like the Rams.
So we're just going to get 1 pick?
Depends how far you can move up. because the Rams are going to be looking at a couple of things this year. They got to take a receiver because you don't know what Puka's situation is going to be. I mean,
No,
their
I think
receiving core is
Atwell
iffy to
moved,
start
right?
with.
That's how Tutu went on the move, right?
Tutu moved. Cooper Kupp moved. I mean, you've got Puka and Devontae Adams, and that's your top two.
And Devontae ain't no young puppy anymore. He's still valuable, but he's not the young puppy anymore.
Right.
There were signs of him slowing down a little bit last year. I mean, no one wanted to talk about it, but there were signs. Still a great receiver. I mean, he led all red zone touchdowns. I get it. He was on my team.
But like you said, he's slowing down. He's older. And if you lose Puka and Devontae Adams has to be your one, you're in a situation.
Right.
So I got to think the Rams are going receiver in the first round.
The Athletics beat the Yankees, Rich. I think all hell's broken loose.
And good for them.
3-2. 3-2.
Yeah. Let's say the A's are not a horrible team. They're really not.
Wonder if Booker did anything.
Actually, I can look it up right now.
I'm still losing.
I have all the box scores right here.
I'm still losing.
Yeah, I have all the box scores.
I'm not excited.
You're looking for Ben Booker? Ben Booker.
Oh, he's on my bench.
A's scored a run in the top of the ninth to win it, too.
0 for 3. 0 for 3 with the walk.
Yep. Ben Rooker, 0 for 3, RBI.
Ready for my bench?
Oh, boy, no.
Ready for my bench? 0 for 5. 0 for 3. 0 for 4. 0 for 5. 0 for 4.
That was your bench?
That's my bench.
Well, that's good. Yeah, if your name wasn't Jeff McNeil, Nick Kurtz, or Shea Langoliers, you did not hit tonight. So the A's.
Willie Adames went 2 for 4. How might have froze over finally.
Yeah, when you drafted him, I just kind of went, okay.
I needed a shortstop at that late a time.
Dude, I would have took anybody.
He was one of my last picks. I didn't realize I didn't have a shortstop.
Yeah. I mean, Framber Valdez screwed me today is what the problem is. He goes, I still can't believe this line. 5 innings, 7 runs.
I got 3 wins out of my
14.4 ERA. Huh?
I got 3 wins out of my pitchers today. That never happens.
I didn't get any. Nola was fine. Valdez completely just screwed my ERA up completely. He got a 14.4 ERA for today.
That dude I picked up from the Braves for dropping Lopez got the win today. And then obviously your guy got the win today, and then Matt King. Oh, yeah, I had Matt King today, by the way.
Nice.
In case you don't know who he plays for San Diego.
Yeah. I mean, Drake Baldwin has been tremendous for me behind the plate. Ramirez got me 2 more hits today and drove in a run. Yeah, my bats weren't that great today. Tomorrow with a short schedule, I got Nolan McLean pitching, but that's it tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, I know me and Paul are going to go back and forth in this one. We're 4-6 right now. It's been as high as me up 7-3 to me being down 3-7. We've been bouncing around. It's only Wednesday. I mean, heck, we still got 4 days left in the week. But the other one, the league that you were in last year,
yeah,
with me, I'm winning 8-2 this week.
Nice.
Yeah. And the funny part is my team is all relatively close to the same. I've got Berger for the Rangers, who's really played well.
Right.
O'Hearn, Seager, Witt was my number 1 pick. I had number 3 overall. I've got Lau, I got Chandler Simpson, I got Luis Robert, Christian Walker, Machado, McCutchen. And then I got an outfielder that's coming off the DL here probably this weekend in Seiya Suzuki. So that's going to make for, I think when Suzuki comes off the IL, Mr. Ozuna is gone. But man, Colorado won again. Holy crap. Break up the Rockies.
Wow. Macklin Celebrani from the Sharks, huh? 108 points so far with 4 games left as a rookie. Teenager in a single season.
Huh?
Who were the other 2? Sorry, just tried a trivia question.
100 plus points as a teenager?
Yeah.
Gretzky was 1.
What were you just whispering? What were you just whispering there?
No, that was me opening my bottle of water.
What did it sound like?
Gretzky was one of them.
What did it sound like?
Gretzky was 1. Huh?
What did your bottle of water sound like?
Yeah.
Go ahead, keep it going. Keep it going.
Yager's second one? It wasn't Crosby, was it?
Yeah.
I was trying to remember if Yager was
That's why I thought you said when you popped I thought you said Sid.
No, I couldn't remember if Yager was a teenager or not when he came up because he had 100 his rookie year, if I remember right. But now that I'm thinking about it, I think he was 20 or 21 when he came up.
Who?
Yager.
Yeah, I don't think he was. No, I thought he was 19 when they ever came up.
Was he?
I thought he was 19 when they won the Cup. His rookie year.
That's what I thought, but Hockey Reference, your friend. He was 18 when he came up. He had 57 points his rookie year. No.
Bet Rich, we're over an hour. What do you think? We ready to shut it down?
Yeah. I think we've pretty much covered. We covered Pirates. We covered Steelers. We covered.
We didn't really. We'll say Pens for next week. We can look at playoffs.
Yeah. By then, the regular season will be in the books, and the the Penguins may have themselves a home playoff series.
Yeah. I'm playing in the ESPN Fantasy Hockey Championship this week.
Oh, congratulations!
I'm a little nervous because I'm losing by 30 already. Yeah. Sidney Crosby had a 15-point game the other day. I was like, oh my gosh. Well, am I gonna get mad losing to Sidney Crosby? No.
No.
Do I need Heiskanen, your guy from Dallas, to come up with more than 3 points a game right now? Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean. So before we go, who you got in the Masters?
I think it's gonna be Matt. I think Matsuyama is finally gonna break through.
Okay. I'm gonna take Xander Schauffele.
I knew you were. That's why I didn't say it. But I think Matsuyama is gonna be there this week.
I just wonder if Xander Schauffele wins the Masters, is the Masters dinner gonna be some sort of souffle?
Maybe. Is Teager making the trip, or is he got to be in court because he got subpoenaed today?
From what I gather, he won't be there.
Probably too much of a distraction.
He wasn't going to be there anyway. The man can't walk the course. His legs are in that bad of shape with both knees and that Achilles. Until he goes to the senior tour, until he decides he wants to play senior tour and can ride a cart, which in the senior tour you can. No, he won't pick up a set of clubs competitively again.
No John Daly.
He may play against Charlie, but that's about it. Huh?
No John Daly treatment.
No.
Get the riding a cart around the PGA.
Daly never rode the cart when he was competitive in PGA.
I thought he did.
Nope.
I could have sworn
when he did pro-ams and that kind of thing, he did, but he was never given license to do it. No, sir. And there was even a player that went to court about it, and I'll think of who it was in a minute. Why can I not think of this guy's name? Casey Martin, who had a circulatory condition in his legs, and he required a cart. And they said that the Daly had to use a cart in the PGA Championship in 2019. The PGA Championship is run by the PGA, not by the touring body, not by the tour. So they could make their own rule kind of thing. So
2019.
One time.
2019. 2019. Daly used one, and Martin had one and used one in 2012 on the Pro Tour.
Well, that's what I was saying. Daly used it in 2019 in the PGA Championship. Casey Martin sued the PGA Tour, arguing that his condition required a cart. And the Supreme Court ruled in his favor, saying that riding does not fundamentally alter the game for a disabled player. I kind of disagree with that, but okay. The other part of it was Casey Martin wasn't that good. So, became a case where he wasn't on the tour that long. And so there it went. But yeah, I mean, I think Tiger's pretty much done. Just with the way his legs are, even to play, if he's going to play a practice round with Charlie or something like that, that's one thing. But to actually play competitive golf, even on the senior tour, I think he's done. I really do. Not to mention the fact the man's got to get his life straight. I mean, I get it. I get it, and that's why I don't do painkillers unless I absolutely had to. When I'd had my knee surgeries and that kind of stuff. That those things can get addictive fast. And some people like me, they make you feel kind of weird too. I didn't like that feeling. I didn't like feeling like I wasn't in control of myself.
Right.
So, I mean, the good part is Tiger has realized that he's got the problem and he's going to work on getting it fixed. I just hope he's able to keep it fixed. So, for what that's worth.
I'm down 50 now.
Do what?
I'm down 50.
Sound like you better get on the stick, man.
Well, there's only 3 or 4 games left, and they're so spread out, and there's only so many players available now.
Well,
I won 10 weeks with the highest score. I started out 0-4, went on a 15-game winning streak.
oh yeah.
So I mean, I guess it's bound to catch up.
Gotcha.
But I mean, the way I started out, there's no way I should even be in this game. Tomorrow it looks like we got a full boat though. And I hate to say it, Tyler Forrester is playing lights out right now for the Philadelphia Flyers.
Huh?
On fantasy anyway. I don't know about in real life, but on fantasy he's looking good.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, Rich.
Yes, sir.
10:31 my time.
Yeah. 9:31 my time.
So I am at Sports Talking It on Twitter. You can get me at Driving to the Top Productions on YouTube. Hit that like, subscribe button. Always thank you. Thank you for all the comments over there. Marty, John, Johanna Marizzo. I don't know about the cheap view guy, but anyway, thank you for the comments.
Yeah.
Do you want to hit us up? We're here every Wednesday. We're going to talk Pirates. Maybe not during the draft yet. I'm not sure yet. I am going to try and get Paul live from the draft on here. See if maybe he'll sneak into your show for a little bit, Rich.
Sure. Yeah, and I mean, any way we look at it, I'm still going to do a show Thursday night during the draft. Basically doing a live stream of the draft.
I might be there. Who knows?
Yeah. We'll get folks to pop in as we can. I know you and I are both working on getting some people to come in for representing their teams. I'm also working on getting a couple of people from a couple of colleges that have players that are supposed to be drafted in the first round that we can circumvent that too.
This is all your show. I don't want anyone to interrupt this.
Well, the big thing with it is, there's a couple of Texas Tech guys that are supposed to be getting drafted. Jacob Rodriguez may go in the first round. He may not. And then the edge that I'm forgetting his name for whatever reason. He's supposed to go top 5. So I'm working on getting a Tech person. Of course, I'm trying to get a Baylor person as well. There's not a Baylor guy that's looking at going 1, but there are a couple of Baylor guys that are going to be day 2, including tight end Michael Trigg. So, there's that. And then University of Texas as well. Working on that at the same time. So
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. But how do people get a hold of you? And let's get out of here.
Big Rich 8371 on Twitter, X, whatever we're calling it today. Facebook, just my name, Rich Richardson, and right here, Mondays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
We're gonna get the Monday. We're gonna get the Monday show back to normal because I'm getting a little.
Yeah, and got a special presentation that I was invited to do that'll drop Friday with a different gentleman named John McAdam. Stick to Wrestling podcast that'll drop on all your favorite platforms. John's a super good guy. Has been doing a podcast forever, and it gave me the pleasure of being on his show this past week.
Don't leave out your.
Let me know how I did, sir.
Are you doing something with Marcus on Saturday morning?
Yes, actually we are. Marcus and I will be jumping together on Saturday morning, 10 o'clock. I completely forgot about that one. And we'll be talking about TNA and AEW pay-per-views coming up this week. So we'll have a lot to talk about there. And then 2 weeks from now, or next week, next Saturday, we'll have WrestleMania to talk about as well. So
sweet. I might jump in that WrestleMania one for fun.
Okay.
I might. I don't know yet. We'll see. But hey, like I said, everyone, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for comments. And we'll see you next time we are live.
See you later.